Iceland sits at the juncture of two tectonic plates in the middle of the North Atlantic, where the Earth is actively pulling itself apart at a rate of about 2 centimeters per year. This is not a metaphor, it is geology. The mid-Atlantic ridge runs directly beneath the island, and Iceland is the place where that ridge breaks the surface, where you can see the seam between continents, walk between the American and European plates in a rift valley, and observe in real time a planet still very much in the process of making itself. All of this tectonic restlessness has consequences. Iceland has more active volcanoes than any country in Europe. It has geothermal energy in such abundance that its greenhouses grow tropical fruits in the subarctic. It has geysers and hot springs, and rivers that run warm, and rivers that run glacial blue-grey from the ice above. And over all of this, depending on the season, either 24 hours of light or 19 hours of darkness, and the aurora borealis writing its green light across the sky. This is Iceland. It is not subtle. Keflavik International Airport sits on a lava plain about 50 kilometers from Reykjavik, a drive across terrain so lunar that NASA once used it for Apollo astronaut training. The landscape is immediate. Black lava fields, no trees, the sky enormous and changeable above. Reykjavik, the capital and home to most of the country's population, is compact and surprisingly cheerful. Colourful houses, a distinctive skyline anchored by the Hallgrímskirkja church, and a cultural life disproportionate to its size. On weekends, the old harbour area comes alive. The restaurant scene is excellent, the coffee is serious, and the thermal pools are open year-round. But most visitors come to Iceland for what lies beyond the capital, and what lies beyond is extraordinary. The Golden Circle is Iceland's most travelled route, a roughly 300-kilometre loop from Reykjavik that connects 3 of the country's most celebrated natural features. Thingvellir National Park is where the mid-Atlantic ridge is most dramatically visible at the surface. The Rift Valley stretches across the landscape, the American and European plates separated by a visible gap. It is also where the Althing, the world's oldest parliament, met for centuries, Icelandic chieftains gathering in this natural amphitheatre to resolve disputes and make law. The Geysir geothermal area gives its name to the world's erupting hot springs. The original Geysir, which once shot water 60 meters into the air, now erupts only occasionally. Its neighbor Strokkur is more reliable. Every 5 to 10 minutes, a dome of water forms and collapses upward in a column of steam and spray that the watching crowd greets with a collective intake of breath. Gullfoss, the Golden Falls, drops in 2 stages into a narrow gorge, throwing spray that creates rainbows on clear days and a particular elemental roar that you feel as much as here. The glacier melt that feeds it begins 30 kilometers away on Langjökull, Iceland's second-largest glacier. The south coast of Iceland, between Reykjavik and the Vatnajökull Glacier, is one of the most concentrated collections of dramatic landscape on Earth. Seljalandsfoss falls from a basalt cliff with a trail behind it. You can walk through the curtain of water and look out through the cascade to the green fields beyond. Skogafoss, a few kilometers east, is wider and more thunderous. The spray visible from the road. Puffin colonies nest on the cliffs nearby in summer. The black sand beach at Reynisfjara, near the town of Vik, is one of the most striking coastal landscapes in the world. A long arc of volcanic black sand backed by columns of basalt, with sea stacks rising from the surf offshore. The waves here are genuinely dangerous. The ocean gives no warning before surging up the beach, and signs make the point clearly. The Jökulsárlón glacial lagoon, where icebergs carve from the Breiðamerkurjökull glacier into a lake before drifting to the sea, is the kind of place that confirms everything you had hoped Iceland might be. Iceland offers 2 mutually exclusive phenomena depending entirely on when you visit. In summer, the midnight sun persists for weeks. The sun barely sets, the sky goes to a deep blue-gold twilight for a few hours around midnight and then lightens again. It is disorienting and beautiful, and it compresses time in a way that makes days feel longer and nights irrelevant. In winter, the darkness is real, but it is the darkness that carries the aurora. The northern lights are visible anywhere away from city lights on clear nights, and Iceland offers enough clear northern sky that sightings are common from October through March. The aurora is quiet above the snow. It does not announce itself. It simply appears, greenish first, then sometimes violet or red, moving with a slow, wavering certainty that has no reference point in ordinary experience. Iceland is one of those rare places that exceeds what any description can prepare you for. Not because it is more beautiful than you expect, though it is, but because the experience of being in a landscape actively shaped by volcanic and glacial forces is fundamentally different from looking at photographs of one. The scale is wrong in photographs, the sound is absent, the cold is unfelt. Come in summer for the accessible roads and the endless light. Come in winter for the aurora and the geothermal pools steaming in the dark. Come for a week and you will want a month. The Earth is still being made here. That knowledge changes the way you move through it. Total words: 870. Estimated runtime at 140 WPM. 6:15. Photo count needed. 10 images. Music. Insert Sean's cue: cinematic, Nordic, vast and elemental. Tas voice: warm, measured, slight gravitas.